Unquestionably, one of the best 122-pounders in the world with a record of 19-1. He can box. He can punch with power, either hand. He can move, jab, uppercut, hook. It doesn't matter what this kid does. He is world class.
Well, it's a schedule for 12 junior featherweights. It's our feature of the evening, but we also have a pretty good co-feature for you. That's coming up a little bit later on the card. We want to talk about the principals for a moment, and the bout will be a 10-round welterweight bout. Floyd Peavy of Kew Gardens, New York, 10 knockouts in 14 fights. A man with good power in both fists, and his opponent, Pedro Valleja, former NABF welterweight champion.
Well, Valleja's got that same kind of problem that Negron has. He's coming off a horrid 1985. His head just wasn't there for some of the fights. He beat Marlon Starling in 1984, but yet 85 he just kind of fell apart. It's a must-win for him, too, as it is for Negron. Valleja can box with anybody in the world. Peavy can punch with anybody in the world. Real good matchup there.
Now, the word on Peavy, although he's a little bit older than one would think, up and coming. How do you like that description?
It's true, and that right hand of his can make him even up and coming more. That right hand is explosive, Bruce.
It's a night of boxing at Madison Square Garden Style Forum. We're looking forward to sharing the excitement of the evening with you. And when we come back, we'll have our first bout of the night. We'll take a look at Mark Weinman in action against German DeLerme, junior middleweight. We'll be right back. For our first bout of the evening, junior middleweights in a scheduled 4-round bout, Mark Weinman and German DeLerme. Mark Weinman, originally born in Jacksonville, North Carolina, now living in Whitestone, New York, and German DeLerme from New York, New York. We're set to go. Let's go up to ring announcer Ed Darian.
From the beautiful South Forum here at Madison Square Garden in the Big Apple of New York City, this is Thursday night at the fights. In the ring at this time, the man in charge of the scheduled 4-round junior middleweight bout, referee Sam Verouet. And our boxing fans, introducing the principals. First, in the blue corner, wearing the black trunks with the purple trim. He tipped in at an even 153 pounds. This gentleman is undefeated in 3 professional bouts with 2 knockouts. From Whitestone, New York, ladies and gentlemen, here is Mark the Hammer Weinman. And his opponent in the red corner, wearing the red trunks with the white and black trim. He tipped in at 153 1/2 pounds. This gentleman is looking for his first win in only his 2nd professional bout with 1 loss. From Manhattan, the center of Manhattan, ladies and gentlemen, here is Herman Monstro DeLerme.
Okay, Herman, Mark, you're aware of the New York State rules and regulations regarding this bout, okay? I want you to obey my commands at all times. In case of a knockdown, I want the men's covering the knockdown to go through a neutral corner. Remain there until I call you back. Is that understood? Okay, good luck to both of you guys.
So we're set to go for our first bout of the evening. As far as scoring for tonight, scoring is done on the round system. No standing 8 count. The 3 knockdown rule is in effect. The 3 judges will do the scoring. Mark Weinman, the Hammer, with the black trunks with the purple stripe. And German DeLerme with the red trunks and the white stripe. Round number 1 scheduled for 4. Weinman, 2 knockouts, a pro record of 3-0, and DeLerme, a pro record of 0-1. His only battle coming in 1985 against David Knights and losing a 4-round decision.
Mark Weinman, a little bit shorter than DeLerme, at 5'8", 5'11", 3 inches. He's got to get underneath the shots of DeLerme, move in, and that's how he fights all the time. He's like a Vito Anafermo. If you remember the former middleweight champ, how he fought, he'd rush you, muscle you, throw you into the ropes, and tire you out.
Weinman's been very effective thus far with some solid body blows. And now going upstairs.
These guys are working with the thumbless gloves made by Everlast, 8 ounces of thumbless glove. Nice body shot with the right hand by Weinman.
And Weinman continues to stalk DeLerme, has him up against the ropes where he wants him. And those body blows have been most effective by Weinman thus far in this first round. Oh, DeLerme coming back with a good right hand. Mark Weinman, an amateur record of 42-4. Golden Glove Open finalist in 1983 in the 156-pound Open division, Randy, and he lost to a pretty good one, Dennis Milton.
We've seen Milton before right here at Madison Square Garden. We'll be seeing more of him in the future.
Now DeLerme trying to slug with Mark Weinman, and Weinman caught him with a very solid right hand.
Very foolish for DeLerme to slug with Weinman. You want to box this guy, not slug with him. Look at his physique.
Weinman with an excellent combination and then a very solid body blow.
You know, it's not just the physique that makes a fighter. In fact, that doesn't make a fighter at all, actually. But both these guys coming from the New York area, you've got to know Weinman. Very physically strong.
DeLerme coming back with a flurry. Pretty good combination coming up on 30 seconds in an action-packed first round. And now Weinman gets back to slugging, and there's a solid right hand. He really caught DeLerme with it. And referee Sam Birouette stepping in, breaking it, Randy, why?
See, there's no standing 8 count in New York. That's what I like about the standing 8 count. This fight should be over.
Weinman punishing DeLerme, and finally the bout is stopped.
There's really no reason that fighter had to take more punishment. See, that's what the standing 8 count in my mind does. Either a referee makes up his mind to stop a fight, which I think in this case, perhaps the fight should have been stopped, or he takes a standing 8 count. Then at the end of 8 seconds, he's either A, okay, or he's not. This time he was groggy, he took more punishment, it was needless punishment.
Well, he had him up against the ropes. They allowed the fight to continue. Weinman really put DeLerme away and wins it in the first with just 15 or 20 seconds left in the round.
Well, it was DeLerme's own fault because he moved in. He insisted on slugging with Weinman, who really doesn't have the best defense in the world, but he takes a real good rap on the chin and he's in real good shape. Tommy Gallagher drills him in the gym, and Gallagher knows. He has taught him that if you hurt a guy, you finish him off. And the finishing series of blows, you see DeLerme back to the ropes, defenseless, taking 6, 8, 10, 12 punches or so before the referee finally steps in and waves it over.
So Mark the Hammer Weinman, trained and managed by Tommy Gallagher, hometown Whitestone, New York, improves to 4-0 with 3 KOs.
Stay there,
and
stay there,
the
stay there. No, stay there
23-year-old
until he tells you to move.
Weinman, very impressive.
Stay there until the doctor tells you to move.
And there's a good look at Mark Weinman, 3-time New York City PAL champion, also has fought internationally in England and Scotland, won the Spanish Gloves title in '81, and doing pretty well as a professional.
He certainly is, and each time we've seen him now, that's exactly how he fights. He comes right at you, he forces you to fight, he doesn't give you a chance to breathe, and that man there, German DeLerme, he had a lot of ring here to use,
you don't even have to listen to it. Just
he wanted to slug and he paid the price.
So Mark Weinman winning our first bout of the evening in the junior middleweight division. It was scheduled for 4. Weinman needed most of the first round, and that was it.
Well, Bruce, they say those thumbless gloves are really not puncher's gloves, that they take away some impact. Imagine if he had puncher's gloves on. This kid can whack, and he's getting better every time out, stronger.
Now, is Mark confident or cocky? When we asked him who his favorite fighter is, he said Mark Weinman. That was a pretty easy response. Ed Darian is standing by in the ring. Ed?
I know. You know, he's just going to break and he's hurt.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Sam Birouette stops this bout at 2 minutes and 49 seconds of the first round, and a winner by a TKO for his 4th straight win in his many pro bouts, Mark the Hammer Weinman. And how about a nice round of applause for Herman Monstro DeLerme. Let's hear it for him. Maestro, if you will, please.
So Mark Weinman remains undefeated and has to feel good about his first round performance.